This is the Bose Solo Soundbar 2, and I think for someone who's looking for a basics Bose speaker to put in their bedroom, the living room, this may be fine, but it's not as robust as some of the other Bose speakers that comes with the rear speakers and the subwoofer and all that good stuff. But the great thing is I picked up this speaker for only $170 at Best Buy, and I looked through about 10 of them, and that was nice enough to leave their label on the front of it for us reviewers out there. So let's take a look at what comes in the box. It comes with instruction manuals, and the great thing is you can download their full support manual online for free. You also get a power cord and a power brick, but I wish this was built in like a lot of speakers out there on the market. It also comes with a fiber optic cable, and this is important, and I'll explain why in just a moment. And here we have the speaker. As you can see, it's very small and compact, and I think this would be great for someone who has like a 43-inch television who wants to get better sound than TV speakers. So on the front of it, you have two drivers, and this one doesn't have a tweeter as far as I can see. But the great thing about Bose is that when they start their company, one of the big things is using chambers to achieve better bass response. And as you can see here, there's a port here on the back of it, and there's some screw holes so you can mount it on the wall. It comes in at 21.6 inches wide and 2.8 inches high. So that's the measurements if you want to see if it fits underneath your television if it's not wall mounted. This speaker does not support HDMI eARC. It has a service port on the back, an auxiliary end, a fiber optic end, and a coaxial end. The only problem I see is that you might be limited to 2 remote controls. Now we're going to hook it up with fiber optic and test out Bluetooth after you hear a word from our sponsor today. Clean My Mac, the ultimate tool to keep your Mac running smoothly. For the last 7 years, I personally have been using it on my editing computers, and one thing I'm going to tell you is that it works great to make sure your Mac runs smoothly. It focuses on 5 main features that speeds up your Mac, from cleanup, protection, performance, your application, and clutter. The cleanup looks for junk files on your computer that you probably forgot about, and you can review which items you want to delete. And this can include junk files, mail attachments, and even your trash bin. With protection, it's going to scan your computer for malware to make sure that you don't have any unwanted files. With performance, it's going to look for tasks that are happening in the background, your logins, and it can flush your DNS cache, re-index your spotlights, it can repair disk permissions, and speed up your emails. But my favorite is the application manager. You can look for old applications that you no longer need and delete them directly from your hard drive. It has a built-in updater to make sure that all your applications are clean, and it will get rid of leftover files from your installs. And maybe your hard drive is full, but My Clutter will go through your computer and look for the largest files and allow you to delete them so you can have as much space available in your computer and get rid of the old files that you no longer need. Don't take my word for it. Try it out for yourself with a 7-day trial. I'll leave a link in the description below. Just so you know, this speaker is not compatible with a lot of TVs if they don't have the fiber optic output. If you look at this Sony Bravia 7, you'll see that it doesn't have a fiber optic output. It only supports HDMI eARC. And I also tried to connect it with Bluetooth, and it still didn't connect to the television. If you press and hold down this Bluetooth button until you see a blue light blinking on the front of it, then you can connect it to your smart device. So here I have my smartphone here and connect to the Solo. And this is good so you can play your music and things like that. At the end of the day, on some TVs, it will not work. What I'll do is we'll go try it out on another television that I know has a fiber optic output on it. To really test it, we have the TCL Q6 from 2024, and it has all the jacks that we need. So if you needed to, if you had a TV that only had a headphone jack, you can get a 3.5 millimeter and plug it in like that. And then you would plug the other side right here into the auxiliary. But we're not going to use that for this video. We're going to use the fiber optic because it does give you better sound, and that's how you get digital audio. Here's the optical input on the speaker. And keep in mind, these fiber optics are square, so you got to make sure that you line it up perfectly because you don't want to break it off. And just want to go ahead and plug it in like that. And then you plug the other end right there where it says optical on the back of your TV or device that you want to use. Now, all these TVs are different, but if you have Google TV, all you need to do is then go over to your settings. You want to then go to your sound settings, and you want to go to audio outputs. Now, since we're going to use the optical, you want to make sure you select it down there. And now all the audio will go through the optical on the Bose right here. Now, one thing about this TV, you can use wired headphones and external speakers. So in some cases, you could take the auxiliary jack and use that And don't use the optical, but you will lose the Dolby sound, just so you know.
Tell me what it needs.
To ensure that whoever possesses it understands its power for a soul. Guiding others to a treasure I cannot possess.
Entering new coordinates.
Hot dog.
And keep in mind, on most TVs, you will have to use the Bose as a separate remote to control the volume. This Bose soundbar doesn't have a display on it to show you the status. It relies on a series of LEDs. When you first turn it on, you will see a green light that turns orange. It also blinks whenever you press the volume up or down. There's a Bluetooth button that turns white when it's connected to a device, and it blinks whenever it's ready for pairing to another device. When you press mute, you will see that the LED will blink, and then you'll see two lights right here for the bass control. And with the dialogue button, you can get an increase of the vocals when watching movies or listening to TV shows. In my opinion, I think this Bose speaker is great for someone who wants to improve their television quality, especially if you have something like a 43-inch, because it has 10-watt speakers inside of most of these TVs. But with this one, you're gonna get crisper sound, you're gonna have a dialogue button so you can increase the audio, and you're gonna get better bass response because it is a larger cabinet with a port on the back of it. Now I'm gonna say that this is not gonna blow you away, but if you're looking for something basic and you like Bose, then this may be the one for you. The only downsides I have is that it doesn't support eARC, so in some cases you will have to use two remote controls. I know some TVs like Samsung, LG, they do have a menu system where you can program the IR on the remote control to control soundbars like this. But that's all I got on this video. If you guys are interested, I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Tech Steve, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.